ang sakit.
No, I wasn't punched, and I don't have a diarrhea. I just have the worst feeling every woman experiences every month. Today, we're going to discuss a topic that affects millions of women worldwide, premenstrual syndrome, or PMS. It's something that's been around for ages, but it's only recently that we've begun to understand its seriousness. So, let's explore what's it's all about. A little story time lang about my experience with dysmenorrhea. Unang beses ko nagka-period, hindi ko pa na-feel yung dysmenorrhea. Tapos nung high school ako, and hanggang mag-college ako, nakaka-experience ako ng dysmenorrhea. Nakapag-try ba ako uminom ng pain reliever, mag-hot compress every month. Naranasan ko pang hindi pumasok sa school, and so work. Kasi talaga yung feeling kapag may period ka, tapos may dysmenorrhea ka, hindi ka makabangon, ang putla-putla ko noon, tapos wala talaga akong gana. Ang worst feeling talaga niya each month, and ang hirap niyang labanan. So picture this. It's the time of the month again, and you start feeling off physically, mentally, and emotionally. Premenstrual syndrome or PMS has been bothering women for ages, but only recently have we realized how serious it can be. Lots of women go through PMS every month, but how bad it gets can change. Things like what you eat, how stressed you are, and other stuff can make your symptoms worse or better. PMS is basically a bunch of physical, mental, and emotional symptoms that shows up regularly 7 to 10 days before your period starts. And some women might start having these problems as soon as they start getting their period, while others might not have any issues until they're in their 20s or 30s. And as women get older, sometimes the symptoms get better, but for others, they get worse. So let's figure out why this happens. Wondering if what you're feeling is PMS? Here's a quick checklist. Symptoms kick in 1 to 2 days before your period, and they ease up once your period starts. And for some, they might even pop up during ovulation. Oh, and there should be a symptom-free phase each month, lasting at least a week. Pretty straightforward, right? By the way, meron akong i-share sa inyong interesting story, but this is not just a story, ha? Did you know that back in 1979, Dr. Catherine Dalton of Great Britain shook things up with her research on PMS. A lot of what we know about PMS and how to treat it comes from the work of Dr. Dalton. She made headlines with her insights into cyclical behavior changes, contributed to a successful defense in the murder trial of barmaid accused of a stabbing death while under the influence of PMS. Crazy, right? So let's discuss the 6 important connections of PMS with the following causes. So the first cause are the biochemical causes. Dr. Dalton shared new insights gained from studying thousands of women with PMS using hair analysis. She says that PMS happens when there's not enough of a hormone called progesterone compared to another hormone called estrogen. These hormones are both important for women. Dr. Dalton explains it like this. If progesterone levels are much higher than estrogen levels, it can cause one type of period pain called spasmodic dysmenorrhea. And if estrogen levels are much higher than progesterone levels, it can lead to another type of period pain called congestive dysmenorrhea, or what we know as PMS. But bakit nga ba nangyayari ang hormonal imbalance? Well, some experts think that it might have to do with what you eat. Study shows that problems with how your ovaries work, along with imbalances in your adrenal glands, liver function, and copper levels can all play a part in causing PMS. All these issues together can slow down your body's metabolism, making copper build in your tissues and even cause low blood sugar. And it's these body changes that lead to symptoms of PMS. Secondly, let's talk about your adrenal glands and how they're linked to PMS. Your adrenal glands make hormones that help regulate minerals and sugar in your body. When we look at the minerals in your body and do other scientific studies, we see a few things. Women with adrenal glands that aren't working well are more likely to have PMS. During the time before your period starts, your adrenal glands slow down. This happens mostly because your copper and estrogen levels go up, and that kind of puts the brakes on your adrenal glands. When your adrenal glands slow down before your period, especially if they weren't working great to begin with, it can mean you don't have enough of 2 important hormones, mineral low corticoid and glucocorticoid. This hormone shortage can cause things like craving sugar and salt, feeling really tired, and being down in the dumps. These are all common symptoms of PMS. Problems with your adrenal glands can happen because of changes in how your body handles copper, and they can even cause too much copper to build up in places like your liver and brain. This happens because a special protein called ceruloplasmin, which helps control copper levels, is made in your liver when your adrenal glands send it a signal. Crazy, right? And the third one is the copper and PMS connection. Ever heard of copper being linked to PMS? Turns out it's a big player. One way we can tell if copper levels are off is through a test where we analyze a sample of hair. If the copper level is really high, more than 2.50, or really low, less than 1, or if the levels of the minerals like calcium are out of whack, it might mean there's a copper imbalance. Women with too much copper in their bodies or copper that isn't being used properly are more likely to have PMS. See, copper levels tend to go up along with estrogen levels before your period. So if a woman already have too much copper in her body, the extra estrogen activity before her period can cause a whole bunch of PMS symptoms like feeling really tired, sad, swollen, moody, and having headaches or joint pain. Now, there are different ways this copper imbalance can show up. In some women, there's just too much copper, which can cause symptoms of copper poisoning. In others naman, even though there's not enough copper in their bodies, it's not getting to where it's needed. And this can lead to slightly different symptoms. And this happens when the adrenal glands aren't working well enough to make a protein called ceruloplasmin, which help transport copper around the body. Without enough ceruloplasmin, copper can't get to the tissue where it's needed, and the body ends up short on copper. Treating this copper imbalance can involve things like taking zinc and vitamin B6 supplements. These vitamins can help balance out the excess copper in the body. Number 4, liver connection with PMS. Your liver, the body's detox powerhouse, also has a say in PMS. Your liver does a lot of important jobs like making a protein called ceruloplasmin and getting rid of extra estrogen from your body. In many women with PMS, their liver doesn't work well as it should. This means that it can get rid of estrogen properly. So there's more estrogen hanging around in the blood, which can make PMS symptoms worse. Your liver's activity is influenced by things like your adrenal glands, thyroid gland, diet, and even stress. So when your adrenal glands slow down before your period because of increased estrogen, your liver slows down too, and this can cause a few things. Less detoxification of estrogen, which makes the effects of estrogen and copper worse. Reduced bowel flow, which means your body doesn't get rid of copper as well and can lead to constipation. Toxic metals and PMS connection. Toxic metals like mercury and cadmium, not your friends when it comes to PMS. Having too much toxic metals like mercury and cadmium in your body can mess with your thyroid and adrenal glands. These metals can also build up in your liver, which can make it harder for your liver to work right. Plus, toxic metals can take place of important minerals in your body, which can mess with how your organs and glands work. Because of all this, your body needs more nutrients like vitamin C, calcium, zinc, and manganese to try to balance things out. Even then, you might still have a bunch of nutritional problems. So getting rid of toxic metals from your body can be really important for making PMS symptoms better in the long run. And last but also important connection, omega-3 fatty acids. Ever heard of them? One big thing is not getting enough of omega-3 fatty acids. These are really important for your body, and not having enough of them can make PMS worse. That's why some women find relief from PMS by taking evening primrose oil, which has omega-3 fatty acids in it. But why evening primrose oil help? Well, it might be because your body isn't absorbing fatty acids very well. This could happen if you don't have enough of digestive enzymes, or maybe you're just not getting enough omega-3 fatty acids in your diet, or your body isn't using them efficiently. And guess what? Problems with how your body handles fatty acids can be caused by having too much copper in your body or not enough zinc. Understanding what's happening in your body is the first step towards finding relief. And there you have it, girls, the scoop on PMS. From its symptoms to the causes behind them, and we've covered it all. Remember, you're not alone in this. Till next time! That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You can also comment below with your thoughts. For more health information, visit our website at getbetter.ph.